It was a typical Tuesday evening, and I'd finally claimed my favorite corner booth at Purple Cafe. The aroma of roasted coffee beans and the low hum of conversation usually made it my sanctuary. I had just settled in with my half-finished novel and a freshly brewed latte, ready to lose myself in another world. Suddenly, a woman with harried eyes and a baby strapped to her front practically materialized beside my table. Her husband, looking equally flustered, was already halfway out the door, juggling an overflowing diaper bag and a forgotten scarf. "Excuse me," she said, her voice a breathy rush. "Can you just keep an eye on the baby for a sec? We just need to grab something from the car. Be right back." Before I could even register her words, let alone form a coherent refusal, she was gone, a blur of motion following her husband out the cafe doors. I was left staring at a tiny, bewildered face that was rapidly contorting into a furious scowl. The baby, a cherubic little thing with wide, tear-filled eyes, looked up at me as if I had personally offended them. A moment of stunned silence, and then it began. A high-pitched, ear-splitting wail that seemed to vibrate through the very floorboards of the cafe. Spoons clattered onto saucers, conversations died, and every single eye in cafe swiveled to me. I could feel the heat rising in my cheeks. "Oh, no, no, no," I muttered, my voice barely a whisper against the rising tide of screams. I awkwardly patted the baby's back, then tried a gentle sway. Nothing. The volume only intensified. A woman at the next table, nursing her own coffee, offered a sympathetic but equally unhelpful smile. "Looks like someone's not happy." No kidding, I thought, feeling a bead of sweat trickle down my temple. I tried a sing-song voice. "Hey there, little one. It's okay. Mommy and Daddy will be right back. Just a sec." The baby's response was a fresh, indignant shriek. "Do they even know you?" A man with a booming voice from across the room called out, clearly amused. No, I wanted to scream, but all that came out was a pathetic squeak. I was now the unwilling star of a very public, very loud meltdown. The 5 minutes that followed stretched into an eternity. I tried every trick I could think of. Goofy faces, shushing noises, even a desperate attempt at a lullaby that probably sounded more like a dying cat. The baby remained unimpressed. Their cries a relentless, accusatory soundtrack to my mounting humiliation. Finally, just as I was contemplating a strategic retreat to the restroom, the cafe doors swung open and the parents reappeared. They looked remarkably refreshed, completely oblivious to the chaos they had left in their wake. "There you are, sweetie," the mother cooed, scooping the still sobbing baby from my arms. "Were you a good little one for the nice lady?" The baby instantly quieted, snuggling into her mother's shoulder, as if nothing had happened. Not even a sniffle. The sudden silence was almost as jarring as the earlier wails. I stood there, my arms feeling strangely empty, my ears still ringing. I waited for a thank you, for an apology, for anything. But the parents simply turned and walked away, blending back into the cafe's gentle hum, leaving me standing alone, feeling like a forgotten coat rack. No eye contact, no nod, nothing. Well, I sighed, sinking back into my booth, my latte now lukewarm. I picked up my novel, but the words blurred before my eyes. The peaceful evening I had envisioned was well and truly shattered. Next time, I vowed to myself, casting a wary glance at the cafe entrance, I'll pretend to be invisible. Maybe I'd bring a really big hat, or a newspaper to hide behind. Anything to avoid becoming an impromptu, unappreciated, and unpaid babysitter again.